Yesterday's meeting involving Zelenskyy, European leaders and President Trump wasn't just another diplomatic gathering, it was a strategic victory for Ukraine. Putin's attempt to leverage the conflict for his own gain backfired spectacularly, thanks to Zelenskyy's shrewd planning and a game-changing proposal. Let's delve into the details of how Zelenskyy turned a potential trap into a triumph. Putin's strategy, described as a classic KGB trap, was deceptively simple. He offered peace in exchange for Ukraine ceding the Donbas region to Russia. Knowing that neither Zelenskyy nor the Ukrainian people would ever agree to this, Putin's real goal was to blame Zelenskyy for obstructing peace, convince the West to halt weapons supplies and intelligence support to Ukraine. This would have weakened Ukraine significantly, allowing Russia to pursue its broader objectives with less resistance. Zelenskyy, however, anticipated Putin's maneuver. He flipped the script by proposing direct negotiations with Putin regarding territorial concessions. Crucially, he separated this issue from the matter of security guarantees, stating that these would be worked out with Ukraine's partners and formalized within the next week or 10 days. This move boxed Putin in. For years, Putin has propagated the narrative that Zelenskyy is an illegitimate leader. Now he faces a dilemma: meet with Zelenskyy. This would undermine his own propaganda and admit to the Russian people that he has been lying. Refuse to meet. This would expose his true intentions to the world, confirming that his goal is not peace, but the subjugation of Ukraine. NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte described President Trump as a pragmatic peacemaker, highlighting his efforts to break the deadlock and initiate a dialogue with Putin. Trump's strategy involved pressuring Russia through sanctions and providing lethal weapons to Ukraine financed by Europeans, simultaneously seeking avenues to end the war. Trump's statement after the meeting confirmed his intention to facilitate a meeting between Putin and Zelenskyy, followed by a trilateral meeting involving himself. The German chancellor has been advocating for a ceasefire, emphasizing that real negotiations can only occur when weapons fall silent. However, a ceasefire presents a complex challenge. Ukraine's perspective. A ceasefire allows Ukraine to reinforce its defensive lines, potentially making it harder for Russia to achieve its objectives if the war resumes. Russia's perspective. Russia might agree to a ceasefire if its economy is severely impacted, particularly by Ukrainian drone attacks on its oil refineries, which are crucial for its export revenue. To secure security guarantees from the United States, Ukraine offered a $100 billion weapons deal, financed by Europe. This proposal, reported by the Financial Times, also included a $50 billion deal to produce drones with Ukrainian companies. Ukraine's drone technology has become so advanced that even Chinese companies are seeking to learn from their expertise. General Petraeus, who has visited Ukraine multiple times since the invasion, emphasized the transformative impact of drones on modern warfare. He noted that Ukraine is using nearly 7,000 drones per day and is on track to produce 3.5 million drones this year. Ukraine presented President Trump with clips from Russian state TV, showcasing how Russia has been mocking the United States and President Trump himself. This highlighted the fact that Russian state TV is controlled by the Kremlin, meaning these actions are deliberate. This tactic draws a parallel to historical lessons learned from Hitler, emphasizing the importance of paying attention to the messages a leader conveys to their own population. In Russia's case, the constant threats of nuclear attacks against the United States should not be ignored. Despite initial agreements, Russia has already started backtracking on promises made to President Trump. For example, while Special Envoy Steve Witkoff confirmed that Russia agreed to the US and Europe offering Ukraine security guarantees similar to Article 5 of NATO, the Russian Foreign Ministry later denied this. This reflects a consistent pattern of behavior. Russia says one thing privately and another thing publicly, using delay tactics to prolong the war and avoid genuine peace negotiations. Yesterday's meeting represents a significant turning point in the conflict. Zelenskyy's strategic brilliance, coupled with Ukraine's willingness to invest heavily in its defense and expose Russia's lies, has put Putin on the defensive. While challenges remain, Ukraine has secured crucial support and shifted the narrative in its favor. What's next? Keep following developments as the proposed meeting between Putin and Zelenskyy unfolds, and watch for the formalization of security guarantees for Ukraine. Please share, like, and subscribe for more updates.